talk about a fresh group, and obviously you came in fresh as well. So did you think at the start of the season that, given all those factors combined, that you could be sitting here now before a grand final?
Yes. It may sound a bit arrogant, it may sound a bit cocky, but to be honest, the team that we put together, and my reason for coming to Melbourne was to win things. So if I'd have been sat at the start of the year thinking that we couldn't do it, then I'd have been disappointed in myself in terms of what recruitment we'd done and how we'd put the squad together. So the reality is, yeah, we did think that we could be here, but we knew it'd be a lot of hard work and we'd need to get things right. Unfortunately, we've done that.
Jess, after the emotion of winning at the weekend, what's training been like, and what's the mood like among the camp? And like I asked you after the game at the weekend, is there perhaps any risk that the team may have already played its grand final by winning at the weekend?
The week has actually been really good. We've had a bit of a light session and then a session yesterday, and Dave has made us realise that we've still got stuff to do, and there's a lot of media right now, but we've got to focus on what we've got to focus on, and that's football. So we're just doing what we do normally. If we see it as a huge game that could affect the way that we play, we don't want to play the occasion, we want to play the game, and if we do that, then we will be fine. So training is no different. Dave knows what he's doing, and we'll just go and keep doing what we've done all season. So the camp's really good, we're really happy after the week, and we're just pushing forward to Sunday, but not really focusing on anything different than what we've done all season.
Well, if you were to win on Sunday, where would that rank in terms of your career accomplishments?
It'll be up there with everything else that I've achieved, to be honest. I think especially with Melbourne and with the group last year and where they've come from now, it'll be probably, for me personally, it'll definitely be one of the highlights of my career. Especially coming off of a good year and going into another year, I think it'll just be a little bit of glue as well for me to just say that I'm doing the right things, and that's a good thing as well. But definitely, regardless of where I play and what I do, it'll definitely be one of the highlights of my career.
Dave, you've got a selection quandary with Katie Hoyle coming back from international duty. What day of the week will you tell the players who the starting 11 is? Do you save that until the dressing room, or do you tell them at a training session later this week? And I guess what's your thinking on who will start at the moment?
You're right, it is a tough decision this week. Katie Hoyle is back, Enza Barilla's back in contention for selection. But it's a great headache to have, to be honest. I'd rather be that way than thinking I've only got 13 fit players and I'm struggling to fill a bench. So it's a good position to be in, and it's a position we want to be in going into a final. In terms of when I'll make the selection, the 16 will be named probably Friday to the players, and then we'll have a last training session on the Saturday. Starting 11 will probably be kept until the Sunday.
Yes, the goalkeeper for Brisbane, Nadine Angerer, is the FIFA World Player of the Year. I guess you've played against her once now, and she had an amazing semi-final to beat Canberra. What are your thoughts on her as an opponent, especially having only now just played her a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, she's a fantastic goalkeeper. There's no denying that. But it won't make us think anything different. Maybe if we're through one-on-one or we've got our chances, and we know we have to be, even more clinical than what we have been. But Brisbane are a good side. It's not just one person; it's a team. And for as good as she is, if her defence are not working in front of her, then she's going to have some problems. And if the midfield are not working in front of the defence, then she's going to have some problems. So, she is a great goalkeeper, and like I said, there's no denying that. But at the end of the day, she is just a goalkeeper, and if we breach the defence, then we have players that are capable to score past her. So it won't really make my mentality change, or Lisa's, or any of our players. We're going out there to play against Brisbane as a team, and if we do what we do, then we will come away with the win.
Ian, what does this match mean to Melbourne Victory, the club?
Melbourne Victory is a club that has always set out a very strong premise about success. Head coach Kevin Muscat's here this morning. Kevin's been a part of our championship success on the men's side. The girls suffered the disappointment last year. This is another opportunity to have victory brand the Victory Club at the upper echelon of the game of football in Australia, and so we're just delighted and excited for the squad and Dave and Steph and the girls. I want to pay tribute to the work that Mitch and his team have done in assembling the squad and doing all the dirty work behind the scenes, as it were, to give these guys a stage to shine. So we couldn't be more excited for them. The whole notion of a finals system as against a first past the post again is another unique element of the way we play our football in this part of the world, and we're thrilled that the unpredictable nature of that has given us an opportunity not only to play in a grand final but to host a grand final on Sunday. So the stage is set, and looking forward to getting along and supporting the girls.
You've obviously coached at 2 different teams in 2 different states, and you've been a technical director in 2 different states. But before you head back to the Northern Hemisphere, do you have any parting advice, be it for the national manager, the national federation, or maybe at a club level?
I think the national federation and the national team coach are well capable of looking after themselves, and probably don't need any great advice from me. The one thing I would say is I think the W-League has been huge for the development of women's football in Australia, and I think the timing of it and the structure of it really helps that, allowing players like Jess to come in and have the influence that they have had over the young Australian players. So I think my only advice really would be, got to stick with the W-League, got to make it work, got to keep it the way it is at the moment, possibly expand slightly, but I think the W-League has been a real breath of fresh air and something that has really helped Australian women's football. So the more that can be done to secure the W-League's future and to keep that progressing, then I think that will hold women's football in Australia in great stead.